Good afternoon to all of our audience and followers on live stream, and most particularly to everybody in this room, Smith 25 School of Music. My name is Barrington Coleman, and I serve as Professor of Vocal Jazz Studies. It's a pleasure to be here at University of Illinois on this beautiful Friday, and it happens to be an interesting weekend because for our campus, this is what we usually refer to as Dad's Day weekend. There's an annual event every season. Yeah, for all the dads in the house. I'm a dad. For all dads and uncles and brothers and future dads and everyone else. It's a wonderful weekend for all families. We have a lot of folks that come down to visit our campus. Also, it's, I understand, a big audition weekend for prospective students, so we're wishing you all the best and looking forward to meeting you. I know I get a chance to speak to some singers today with interest in jazz. And a couple of things that I want to mention. We have happens to be a vocal jazz day, and I mentioned that I serve in vocal jazz studies, so we have a couple of our groups that are featured that are part of our jazz program, our vocal combos 1 and 2, and our jazz vocal ensembles. So you'll get to know them in a moment. I'll introduce them. We generally have a time at the beginning of this forum performance every week for announcements. I'm going to get into that in a second, but I want to mention a couple of things. Our director of our jazz studies program, Professor Charles Chip McNeil, is doing some touring of his own currently, so that's the reason I'm hosting. Usually Chip would be with us. He sends his support and his love from afar. He's down in Florida these days, doing some recruiting and some performing. Big recruiting time for us, so he's down there. He sent word just recently to our faculty. He's been spending time there at Miami and some other places. He's going to be at FAMU coming up at the beginning of the week, hearing some wonderful talent there and collaborating. So we wish him well. And again, for all of those who are watching by live stream, look for us. We have so many wonderful things coming up. This is the time of the season which really is our jazz season, especially now as we get into preparing for that post-break. We have a Thanksgiving break after next week for all the campus, and we come back that first week or so in December, and that week is devoted to jazz. Annually, we have concerts all over our campus, Credit Center for Performing Arts, Studio Theater here at Smith 25, etc. Just look up Jazz in Illinois on your website through School of Music, and you'll find out everything that's going on. Not only that, but we have performances from our student artists all the time, and at some point during the course of this afternoon, I'm going to have them let you know what's going on. There are a lot of current gigs, upcoming gigs, recitals as well. We want to be sure that we get everyone in on that. We also have some special guests with us. I'm going to be sure to introduce them, both Nathan Mandel and Miranda Molina from Public Engagement School of Music. They're going to tell us about some activities that are in alignment with jazz and Credit Center as well. Most importantly, I get a chance to introduce the folks that I suggested a moment ago. Today we have our first band. I'm going to get a chance to introduce them right now. Vocal Combo 2. We have at the piano on my right, Chenny Yang. On bass, we have Charles Weaver. On guitar, Liam Kelly. On drums, Louis Yee. Saxophones, we have two of them. One, AJ Techie. And Cal Freed. And obviously, because it is a vocal jazz combo, you can't do anything without a vocalist. Our vocalist is Ida Tello.
loved a love you've had to lose. You don't know what love is. How lips hurt until you missed and had to pay the cost, until you flipped your heart and you have lost. You don't know what love is. Do you know how a lost heart feels? The thought of reminiscing, and how lips that taste of tears lose their taste for kissing. Don't know how hearts burn for love that cannot live yet never dies, until you face each dawn with sleepless eyes. Oh, you don't know what love is. You know how a lost heart feels, the taste of reminiscing, and how lips that taste of tears lose their taste for kissing. You don't know how hearts burn for love that cannot live yet never dies, until you faced each dawn with sleepless eyes. You don't know what love is. Oh, you don't know what love is. You don't know. You don't know what love Say love me, leave me, let me be lonely. You won't deceive me, but I love you only. I'd rather be lonely than happy. forgetting with somebody else. You might find the night time the right time for kissing. Nighttime is my time for just reminiscing, regretting instead of forgetting with somebody else. There'll be no one unless that someone is you. I intended to be independently blue. Oh, I don't want tomorrow to have it today or to get back tomorrow. Your love is mine, I think no love for nobody
musicians, and I wanted to mention something about the two arrangements. The first one, wonderful Jean DePaul ballad, You Don't Know What Love Is, and featured a number of our soloists, including Liam, along with me. And one of the things we do with our vocal jazz combos is, as we explore so many great contributors to the music over the years and their styles and their contributions, and the lyricists as well. And one of the things that we enjoyed about the second piece, the Love Me or Leave Me, this was one that was actually suggested by Ida. She was really connected with the performance style of one Nina Simone back in the day. So some of you may know that name, and if you don't know that name, go back and look her up. Very, very important person, not only in terms of the music making, but her history as well. Quite an activist with social commentary. She wrote a lot of interesting poetry and influenced a lot in terms of how we live even today. Composer of a great piece called Young, Gifted, and Black about the 70s, crossing over into the Civil Rights Movement. But that particular piece is interesting because it was based on a live version that she performed at one point, and she was an incredible pianist, and at one point she just broke out into this one particular version of that performance and sort of did a Bach-like invention. So I want to again congratulate Chinny Yang for picking up that. Thank you. Before we continue on, I want to take a moment and recognize a few folks that are here, and I believe we've got both in the house. Not quite yet, just one, and one is good enough for us. I want to introduce Miranda Molina, and she can tell you about some important things that they would like us to know. Miranda has served and is continually serving right over in our music equipment office and public events and doing a number of things, and we're constantly working with her and Nathan Mandel. They have some special announcements, so Miranda.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you all. So we're headed into Jazz Week. So we're going to give you a couple of reminders about Jazz Week. We'll update you on a few changes that we've made to benefit you. And I can answer any questions that you have. Please feel free to set up behind me. So, Jazz Week. First thing first is that before your performances, go to the ticket office at Cranor and pick up your free ticket. We had people last year buy tickets to their own performances. That was a huge miscommunication. Do not pay to go to your own performance you're performing in, or anything that you might just be featured in. Get a performance pass, free ticket, comp ticket, whatever you want to call it. You go to the Cranor desk and you say, I'm in this performance that's happening for Jazz Week tonight, and they give you your ticket. Bring your iCard just in case, but you're getting a free ticket. This is for head count. This is for fire safety reasons. This is Cranor's request on behalf of us. So if we just grab that free ticket, it'll make our lives easier, and it will help Cranor for head counts, and so they know exactly who was sitting in the audience that night. The other thing is, if you have an instrument or any gear, please don't block any of the exits to the studio theater in case of emergency again. So we can put them all against the walls or behind your setups. You could also leave them in the hall if you're comfortable with that, outside studio theater, but don't block any of the exits, that first vestibule or inside studio theater. We were looking at a cabaret style. However, since Jazz Repertory Orchestra is doing the Nutcracker again, we have the risers once again, so it looks a little bit more like an auditorium setup. Moving forward for Jazz Week in the spring, we're going to be doing a cabaret or bar style, so that means we'll have some seats that you can just sit and lounge in, and in the back you'll have bar tables that you can come and go from. We heard your feedback from last year. It was a little too structured for jazz. Going forward, spring, we're going to lose that structure. Right now, though, we have to have it because the patrons want to be able to see the dancers for the Jazz Repertory Orchestra, and we can't tear down that entire rised seating set up for the rest of the week once it's up. This is just going to be for us right now, then we'll go to cabaret. Okay, and if you have any questions regarding warm-up times or rehearsal times in the space, we have that space blocked off for you the entire week. You should be able to go in, and if you don't have, say, a reserved time, but your combo wants to rehearse, that should be fine. You can go into the studio theater. If it's not unlocked, grab somebody from the Cranor front desk and say, hey, we want to warm up. We've got the space reserved for the week, so you can go ahead and go in, warm up like that. Any questions about Jazz Week? I think we've tried to change going forward to make sure that we are accommodating jazz. Anything, anybody's questions with? Confusion from last year? No? Okay, great. So, again, I'm Miranda. You can email me directly. If you type my name into Outlook, you find my email. Otherwise, mcmolin2@illinois.edu. You can always email Nathan. Nathan's always around. If you have any questions for Cranner, send them to me. That will streamline any questions. It'll go from one person straight to Cranner, and I will respond to everybody. So that way we're not doing multiple people emailing Cranner all at once and getting confusion. All right, great, cool. Thanks so much. I appreciate using your time, and have a great rest of your weekend.
For those who want to hear more of what we're doing on today, I encourage you, remind you, especially those on live stream, check us out December 3rd. That's sometime after our Thanksgiving break, and we eventually get back. And I mentioned that last week, which is all devoted to jazz concerts with all of our ensembles. Our groups today, both vocal jazz combos and JVE, will perform Sunday evening, December 3rd, 7:30, Studio Theater of Cranach Center for Performing Arts, so you can check that out. But not only that, as I said, all of our events that will happen starting that Tuesday, thereabouts, and throughout the week. Check them out. It's a pleasure for me to introduce this next band. They're known as VC1. And starting over here on my right at the piano is Alina Lowenstein. On bass, Christian Freehill. On drums, Arjun Palaniappan. On saxophone is Andrew Goldstein. And like I said before, you cannot have a vocal jazz combo without a lead vocalist. Nick Young!
One, two. But I ain't touched the sky. Too high, but I ain't touched the sky. She's a girl in a dream. She's 4 cartoon miles around the dream. It's another part that's everything I see. That is free. Too high, but I ain't off the ground. Too high, I hope I never go down. She's a girl in a lie, but a world of superficial paradise. Had the chance to make it big more than once or twice, but no time, she wasn't every time. Alina Lowenstein on. touch the sky. Too high, so high, I feel like I'm about to die. She's a girl of the past, but I guess it's just got to her at last. Can't you hear the news about the girl today? She passed away. What did I say? Too high, can't hang around her anyway. Three, four. Are we really happy here? This lonely game we play, looking for words to say, searching but not finding, understanding anyway. We're lost in the masquerade. Italo!
Together from the start.
to take a moment just before we have some announcements. Of course, the first piece that you heard, Too High, Stevie Wonder. And the second one attributed to Leon Russell, the original composer of this masquerade. And we thought when we were putting that together, and Nick mentioned, you know, if you're doing guitar and you're singing, there has to be some overture to George Benson. So that was sort of George Benson's setting of that Leon Russell tune. I want to take a moment, as we do each week, to acknowledge any concerts by our student artists, recitals, also things that are happening locally. You'll want to know about them. Yes?
Tonight at 7:30 in here is Kevin Lewis tribute to Benny Goodman, clarinet, jazz clarinet recital. Great big band put together, and you don't hear a lot of jazz clarinet on campus, so be sure to come check that out.
Excellent. That's this evening, 7:30, Smith 25, tribute to Benny Goodman. Yeah.
So tomorrow, 7:30 on Music Field Auditorium. It's gonna be my first doctor recital. So yeah, show up there if you can.
The first, but not the last, Beho. You want to be sure. Tell us again that location and time.
It's 7:30 on Music
7:30.
Field Auditorium.
Music Building Auditorium.
Yeah.
Excellent. Wonderful. Yes, sir.
My amazing colleague Jeff De La Rosa will be throwing his senior recital tonight at 5 p.m. upstairs in the Smith Recital Hall. He's going to be doing a classical and jazz recital featuring myself on drums, Alina on keys, and Connor on bass. And the man himself on trumpet, Jeff De La Rosa.
The man, mystery, Jeff De La Rosa, 5 o'clock. Yes.
Putting on a graduate recital on Sunday at 8 p.m. in the MBA. A few of the people that you heard today will be on it as well. And there's a lot of other people on there, so come on out.
That's Eli Nerigon. We want to be there to support him. Yes, for you.
Yeah, on Monday, 7:30 p.m. at Union Union, the Spencer Colbos will be presenting some tunes. And on Wednesday at 5 p.m., the Brazilian Jazz Ensemble at the Great Rose Ball.
Excellent. Brazilian Ensemble on Wednesday, Joe Spencer on Monday. Yes, there's more. Yeah, Nicholas.
This evening, if either anybody's able to go out or knows people in that area, my quintet's going to be performing with Jazz Up Front in Bloomington, featuring Eli Maragon on bass and a couple of recent alums filling out the rest of the band. Reggie Lewis Dr. Reggie Lewis on sax, Dr. Paul Mock on guitar, and Frank Kurtz on drums. Also, since I don't think I'm seeing him, this Wednesday, Noah Brooks is going to be putting on his Masters recital. It's going to be a tribute to the Clifford Brown Max Roach Quintet. It's going to be featuring me as Clifford Brown, Max Roach, Guy Ginger on tenor sax, Sam Calhoun on bass, and Adrian Russo on piano. That will be 7:30 in the Music Building Auditorium.
Others, did we miss anyone? Yeah, one more.
Yeah, it's going to be by Craner tonight at 7:30. Andrew Lipper's Wild Party is doing a flash showing from Trice's Festival Theater. It's a great show. It's a little sketch at times, but so, come out and get a chance.
It's a wild party. Yeah. Good. Yes.
Tuesday from 4 to 6, Noah Brooks and I are playing with the Chip Stevens Camera Trio.
Excellent. Tuesday,
At the Rose
4 to
Bowl.
6. Yep. With Sam. Yep. Yep. Yeah, we're good. Thank you all, particularly for, again, those who are checking us out by live stream. Please, if you need to be reminded of these, look at Jazz at Illinois over our School of Music website. You can be reminded also there are other newsletters, there is other multimedia. Please check us out and support these wonderful artists. We have so much that is worthy of your attendance and worthy of your support. We close out this afternoon session with our jazz vocal ensemble. And from time to time, since I've had a chance to work with this group, it's been really fun to sort of imagine what we can be, because from time to time, the ensemble will vary in terms of its size. I think we had as many as 17 at one point, 16. But this season, you see this sextet here, which is wonderful. So I have a chance to introduce them. But first, our rhythm section. Piano is Sam Murray. bass is Charlotte Yekneswa. On drums is Belle Ramirez. And our singers, starting here on my right, Caitlin Tao, Claudia Matson, our other Belle, Sander, Cynthia New, Brandon Young, Eleazar, Arthur Cott. Please help me welcome JVE.
leave it. Leave it. Leave it. Love. Bleed it, love,
My love to you I bring on account of you can sing. Believe it, fave, well, 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 if do do.
My love to you is true. On account of you can do. Believe it. Bobby, blam, blam, blam. If da-do-da-do-da-do-da. My poor heart gives a start like a jitterbug, just won't stop. Makes my swooning with your crooning. Watch me blow my tongue. Yeah, my love to you I swore. On account of mine is yours. Leave it, bam, 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 bam. If you do, bam, bam, you know. Is anyone quite so hot? No, never. But I know I think you a lot. So now, whenever we're swooning and crooning, ever so sweet, I don't know what's up. You got me on the run. Not everyone is half as much fun. How can I know what's next? No, I've never been with anyone quite so fine. No, never. But I hope you'll drink from the wine. My poor heart gives a buzz around and leave me reeling. Got the feeling I could fly. That's why I'm just sitting here singing, feeling. That's why I'm just sitting here singing, feeling.
JBE, Sam, Taylor, Bell, Caitlin, Claudia, Bell 2, Cynthia, Brandon, and Art. Once again, think about y'all. Thank you all very much for being supportive, and we look forward to seeing you next time at Jazz Forum. Thank you.